In the speaking part 3, they will ask you some big questions or open questions or cross questions relating to the speaking part 2. These can be 3 questions, 4 questions, 5 questions, 6 questions, or 7 questions, depending on the examiner. These can be advantage, disadvantage, positive and negative, or they will try to get your opinion, what you will say about a topic, and how you will disagree or agree with that thing. They will try to do and they will discuss about it. In this case, it's called discussion part. Speaking part 1 is called interview part. Speaking part 2 is called lecture part. Speaking part 3 is called discussion part. And part 3 they will spend about 4 to 5 minutes. Sometimes they spend 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes depending on the examiner. Speaking part 3 will never answer shortly. You will try to elaborate it within 4 sentences, 5 sentences, 6 sentences, 7 sentences, 8 sentences, 9 sentences. Depends on you how you will elaborate or explain. Also, they will make directions what they will ask you. Suppose library and borrow. You may define, explain, argue, or make some lists, or you can make classification, or compare, or contrast. Also, you can describe what types of questions they are asking. Now, in the speaking part 3, I'm going to ask you some questions relating to the topic of speaking part 2. Now, let's talk about children and reading. What are the most popular types of children's book in your country?
There are lots of them depending on the age of the children. Some of the best loved and most read ones including The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and another one is called There Is a Wicket in the Pocket. I think I should include The Diary of a Wimpy Kid as well. And children like good stories, which is with interesting characters and adventures. And three of them are very adventurous and there are interesting characters. They also like funny books which have rhymes and puzzles and things not a traditional storybook.
What are the benefits of parents reading books to their children?
I guess there are quite a few I could mention now. The most obvious one is that when parents read to their children, they're spending time with them, and this helps build a strong bond between them. Being close to your child can have many benefits. When the children are older and usually more problematic, it will be more helpful then. Then there are the fact reading is empowering. A child who loves reading will become inquisitive about the things, and readings allows them to learn, discover many things for themselves. And reading is essential life skills, so possibly one of the most important you will ever learn from by reading storybooks.
Should parents always let children choose the books they read?
No, not always. While children choosing their own books allows them to be more engaged, maybe sometimes a parent might want to choose a specific book to teach their child something in particular, or they may want to simply try and provide more variety in the material to their child to read, so they can experience different types of books, stories, and rhyme many things.
Let's talk about electronic books and printed books. How popular are electronic books in your country?
I don't really know. Uh, I mean, I have not seen any research data on that, but personally, I usually read the most books on my tablet simply because I find it easy and I can carry it around. So many of my friends also use their device or e-readers to read books, but not all of them. And my older relatives still buy hard copies of books like they always did, and I think it's a good one. Uh, I guess maybe about 60% of my friends and the people I know regularly, they read ebooks, but I'm not sure if that can be generalized to the bigger population or not.
What are the advantages of parents reading electronic books compared to printed books?
The advantages are the same as for everyone else. It's cheaper and quicker to get the reading material, and you can carry a huge selection of books on the tablet or e-reader, so you always have something interesting to read. If they are reading an electronic book with their children, it may be an interactive one which they can help their children engage with and develop their reading and comprehensive skills.
Will electronic books ever completely replace printed books in the future?
There are strong possibilities that they will. And yes, I mean, books need paper to make them, and the paper comes from trees. And why should we waste such natural resource when we can have them in my our e-books or electric materials? And why should we waste such natural resources when you can have thousands of books to read on your tablet or any digital devices? Digital readings materials make such more sense to the long run. And another advantage is that book publishers don't have to transport books to a warehouse and then onto individual stores for distribution. So again, it's a better for the environment and saves wasting time, fuel and effort and so on.
Overall, they will spend about 11 to 14 or 15 minutes. Sometimes it can be 16 minutes, 17 minutes, 18 minutes, 19 minutes. It's recorded. I experienced with my students.